Good morning and welcome back to the stream of the Aleš Hřebeský Memorial 2026. Bringing it to you live from LCC Radotín on this very sunny day during a very sunny week. Really lucked out with the weather for this year's tournament. This week game number 37 between the St. Catherine's Saints Lacrosse Club and Adler Lacrosse for the first of the blue bracket quarterfinal. And here we go for the first face. Crepanzo in for Adler against Mike Atwood, the player to watch for this game for the Saints. The Saints in black and Adler in their usual blue. First possession for offense will go to the Saints. Saints, a traveling team from St. Catherine's in Ontario, in Canada. It is their first, well, let's see what's going on there, but it's the Saints' first appearance at the Aleš Hřebeský Memorial, bringing players from Canada and the US, and they've done really well in their initial silver round robin plays, beating the Res Dogs 7-2, and then Xolos Lacrosse Club, another new team from Mexico. Really great to have lots of different teams from all over the world, but Saints beating them by 8 goals with a final score of 10-2. Then coming into the play-ins, the Saints had a tough game against the Privateers with a score of 6-3, very respectable score though. And then coming into this quarterfinal there, but Adler with that first shot of the game does get a reset, but Saints applying a lot of pressure. Adler swinging it over to the left side. There's another shot, but saved by the keeper. I believe that is Aidan Walsh in the net for the Saints to start with. In goal, we have Zajac for Adler. Adler, if you can see from the back of their jerseys, a really international team, especially as a German team, having recruited some players from Poland and Wrocław. And there's a first goal of the game by Crepanzo, number 88 of Adler Lacrosse from the US. I believe he's from the US because he's got a US flag on the back of the jersey. So Adler doing really well to bring a lot of international players together, particularly joining with Wrocław. Not Wrocław, sorry. Do get the two mixed up. I mean Wrocław, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, from Poland, the Panthers. So quite a lot of the Polish players on this Adler team for this year as well. But after a strong start from the first goal, bringing the game to 1-0. I'm sure it will update on your screen soon as well. See if the Saints can get a first nice possession for this game, but it will go to Wayne of Adler Lacrosse. Looking for some help. Rozak waiting for his men to get on.
Assisted by player number 18, Corridor.
Adler, we had them coming in to this game with the first one being a bit of a tough game against the Timbermen, Nanaimo Timbermen, another new team. So a lot of new teams that have come in this tournament have been super, super strong. And of course, a little bit of an unknown. And the final score was a 6-2 loss against the Timbermen, but against the Whalers the next day, Adler did beat them 10-3. And then against the Moonbears, really, really tight game, 7-6 win for Adler over Moonbears, who have dropped down to the green bracket this year. Salzburn of Adler now working the ball. But off to Crepanzo, the goal scorer. And here comes Wade of the Saints with a shot and a goal for the Saints. Looked like he wants to pass that ball off, but instead low to high, right into top bins. Just manages to get the Adler keeper, that Zajac, just drop and manage to find it over his shoulder. And that will be the first for the Saints. The score now even at 1-1. Apologies for the slight late update there for the scores, but it is now correct on your screens. Adler coming up with the first phase. Crapanzo, one to his name already, has Rozak, and will shoot over screens, but will hit Walsh. Walsh with a good save for the Saints. The Saints now trying to find their rhythm. I can see them getting into this game a little bit more now, and let's see what we see from them. Podricek off to Chalk, going over to the righty side, man free in the middle. The Barter tries to find a man in the middle, not quite sure what happened there. Let's look at the replay. I think I missed that goal, but let's see what happened. From the sounds of the audience, might have been slightly scrappy. Oh no, it was because it was a BTB. Lovely loose ball corralling there from number 94, Jordan Chalk of the Saints. Found loads of net for that BTB finish. Such good recognition of space by Chalk for the second for the Saints. Saints now up by 1. Still a long time to go in this game. And Adler still looking calm, working the ball. Schmiegel getting top side, handing off to lefties, and there's a shot that goes wide. Can Schmiegel get another shot off for Adler? Does BTB pass? That almost did get Schmiegel from Adams. Sorry, that was Adams with that loose ball. Trying to find Schmiegel, but the Saints will have another try. Vetterell using Frost, and now getting over to the other side. Podricek with a feed in the middle, and that does trickle in again. I think that might have been Podricek to Podricek. Nice. I don't know if that was off a pick or just a good backdoor cut. Either way, Podricek to Podricek for the third goal for the Saints.
Goal scored by player number 4, and assistant by player number 56.
So Al had a strong start. Crapanzo taking another shot. The save by Walsh, and whilst Adler, I thought, had a good start to this game, Saints creeping up with a couple of sneaky goals, and Zajac just looking for some help there. And they did have enough blue jerseys, but the Saints will come up with it. Santana under a lot of pressure, but Chalk there to help. Chalk already won goal to his name already in this game early on. Chalk coming over the top, swinging the ball. Podricek trying to find a man on the lefty crease of props, but not quite connecting, not able to get the shot off on that possession. And Adler will have another go. 6 minutes, 20 left in this game. A little knockdown by the Saints defense. And Burr under a lot of pressure, but coming up with it. Can he get a shot off though? Great back check from the Saints, relentless. We do have a blue jersey down, and nice to see Mike Atwood just making sure that his opponent is okay on the ground. I know games can get really physical and aggressive, so nice to see a moment of that from Atwood of the Saints. Saints still with the ball. They managed to keep it on the right side of the floor. And Czech will try and take that shot as the shot clock winds down. And unfortunately, that clear just finding the wrong angle of the open gate, going out of bounds for another possession for St. Catherine's Saints. Shot over the top of the crossbar. Saints have two jerseys around them for that clear, and this Adler comes up with it. Wayne has Crowley on his left, working together. Can he get a shot off? He does. Over the shoulder, but that goes wide. Schmiegel working with Crowley. Crapanzo free in the middle, but pass a little bit too behind. The Saints have clear air in front, and the shot, but Zajac is there for that stop. Zach Smiley with time and space in front of him for that shot. And Zajac coming up with it for another possession with Adler. Adler's Rojak puts the ball off, trying to get a shot off, hits the glove, so that will be a reset. Got a piece of Walsh's glove. So let's see who can, there is a loose stick on the ground. Let's see who comes up with the ball. Not even sure where the ball is. Either way, it will be a reset. That came off straight from Walsh with no possession, but Saints will come up with it, but straight into loads of pressure. Needs to get the ball over if he can. And Smiley, I don't know how he did that, but he does get the ball over, but no black jersey there to help him. So Zajac will get it back up to Crapanzo. Crapanzo looking good so far in this game. Open a couple of times in the middle, and of course a goal to his name already. Can Schmiegel get past more than one black jersey? He still has the ball. Managed to get it to his teammates to get another shot off by Crapanzo. Tries to go underneath for the blue jerseys, but another save for Walsh. Pressuring this clear high is Adler, but Saints do get it over to their offensive side. Bartek now under pressure, trying to find teammates. Some help from Czech there. Could have been a nice roll opportunity, but a pass knocked down by the Saints. Frank trying to get past the ball, the black jersey, to get the ball over to the Adler side. But the Saints have it back again, and they will slow it down. Saints looking really organized now. And just as I said that, Czech gets it into the stick of a blue jersey and tries to head the ball up, far up the offensive side to see if they can get numbers. Adler doesn't, but they will remain with the possession, sorry. Only 12 to shoot. Oh, that wasn't Schmiegel, sorry. That was Ridzak with loads of space. I think he was potentially confused as to why he had so much. A little hesitation on that shot, and that does go into the chest of Aidan Walsh to bring the ball back into the Saints' sticks. Probs getting the ball to the right side, swinging it back to the left. Probs has room underneath, tries to go underneath, but defense all over him. Has his head up and managed to get a shot off for Bartek, but that will go wide, and the shot clock will run down for another go for Adler. 1 minute 26 left in this play. Crapanzo with a shot around the screen. Adler still with the ball, still plenty of time. Crapanzo is going to shoot again. That doesn't come off Aidan Walsh. Another good opportunity for Crapanzo, who's looked like a big threat for Adler. Saints working the ball. Adler defending well, and Czech tries to find someone on the righty crease. They do get the rebound, but Adler will come up with the loose ball. Adams slowing it down. They've still got loads of time, and there's a blue jersey open in the middle. Can't quite connect. Timan Sornat there, wide open for another great opportunity. Schmiegel not able to find his stick though, and Saints will probably get the last shot of this first half. Wade with the ball, gets underneath, shoots. Hits the left arm of Zajac, and the blue jerseys had another great opportunity, tries to get a man up high for that last shot in Eli Kligerman, but not able to connect this pass. Kligerman still with the ball. Will he dunk for the last shot of the half? Not quite, and I did see a ref's hand up, so I'm not sure if we will have a player in the penalty box going into the second half. Let's see who they called over and what it will be. I'm not sure if there was something behind the play or if it was a bench penalty, perhaps a too many men. They seem to be motioning to Wade. Quick half-time, so I'm not sure if they are signaling someone to come over to the penalty box. Maybe they were at the start of the next one. This is Jane Lee Whitehead bringing you game number 37 between the Saints Lacrosse Club and Adler Lacrosse for the blue quarterfinal number 1. The first of the blue quarterfinals of today here at Radotín at the Aleš Hřebeský Memorial 2026. I'll be back with you very shortly. Welcome back to this blue quarterfinal game between Adler Lacrosse and Saints LC. Adler in the blue jerseys and Saints in the black. So we're starting the second half with 2 black jerseys in the penalty box with an illegal substitution call and a holding call for Sean Wade. Both minors, so not sure if you see that on your screens. There might be a slight delay in the update, but we are 5v3 in favor of Adler's numbers right now. Cross crease, feed, and a shot from Blaine Adams. Adler working this power play, but shoots and finds Aiden Walsh's chest. Adler trying to pressure Walsh on that clear. And Durko will get the ball back for Adler for another try in this power play, but these power plays are short. Mine is only 1 minute. Adams with multiple fakes. Back up to Capanzo though for a blocked shot. And they've got black jerseys of 2 coming out of the penalty box. A little bit difficult on that one because we didn't have the penalty times up on the board. So Adler potentially unsure of how long they had left on the Saints penalties, but it doesn't matter because they will get the ball back for another possession early on in the second half. So Adler with all the offensive control so far, with 2 goals down going into this. Adams finding Capanzo. Capanzo with 1 goal to his name in this game already. Takes another shot and gets a past Walsh for his second of the game, bringing it closer to the Saints score. Krapanzo twisting and turning, managed to get that bounce shot over the shoulder of Walsh into that top corner. So Adler with all that pace, starting this game with 2 men up. And now just 1 goal in it between the Saints and Adler. Saints a little scrappy there, but they will keep possession. Podolchek under pressure from Saradi, and Zajac, I thought almost came up with it, but he doesn't, and the shot clock will almost run out for the Saints. Can they get a shot off? Finding that cross crease, and I think that, not sure, that did look like a block, so that must have been a block. Shot clock has run out. It did manage to get a shot off on the close crease side, but the ball will go back to Adler. Adler, let's see if they can keep the momentum going here. Moving the ball, getting the man on, and they did have the shot of Ridzak open in the middle, unable to control that ball, and it will go back to the Saints. That could have been a lovely look. But Saints will now have the chance to get another on the board. Czech trying to find Sarad, oh, so Balash in the middle. Loose ball, and that won't be over and back. That did deflect, but that will be a shot. That was a shot clock violation. Sorry. And Adler finding Adams at the top. Adams with the shot, goes wide, goes over with no deflection, so that will go back to the Saints. Atwood out here, trying to control the tempo for Saints. Saints core with a lot of players on this righty side. Loose pass, re-picked up by Bartek. Bartek trying to get through into the middle, but great defense from the men in the blue jerseys. And Valtak trying to find his teammate, and they do have numbers here. And there's a shot. But Walsh with the save at the doorstep. That's Kliegerman with that attempt for Adler. Saints not with a huge amount of possession, but they do get another shot off. I believe that was Podolchek. Balash with another attempt, getting it to that loose ball. 6 seconds left to shoot, and they do, but wide. And Zajac still in goal for Adler. But it's not required for now, with a couple of wide shots against him. Durkov, Adler swinging the ball. Durkov has it back with a shot into Walsh. Adler been doing a good job converting all these possessions into shot attempts, at least in the second half, coming out really strong off the back of half-time. See if the Saints can find some on-target shots here, going over the top, and they do! For Jordan Chalk, for his second of the game, coming over the top. And great placement on the shot. Again, just getting defense twisted up there, had loads of time. Shoots over the defender, get it past Zajac. Yeah, I mean, Zajac had a good look at that, but still bodies in the way. And the lefty's doing a really good job to get the defense twisted, but here comes Adler, going straight into Walsh. That's another good attempt. Fast run by Shane Lumsden to get that shot off, but Walsh with another save for the Saints. Saints have 10. Goes underneath. Crease dives. Jordan Shop with another shot attempt. Gets it past Zayak. Must have hit Zayak, I think. There is a reset, and Saints will take their time. 2 up now. 8 minutes to go. Plenty of time for the score to be a lot different either way. With another on-target shot by the Saints, but just throwing that ball away. Not sure what happened there after a couple of good resets by the Saints. But Adams for Adler will get this going for them. Tries to get underneath the crease dive. And is that in? No violation. Does manage to creep underneath. Gets across this crease all the way. Gets it past Aiden Walsh. And that was Blaine Adams with that individual effort. Gets underneath. And yeah, his feet were well out. Don't think he landed before the ball crossed either. I won't look at the replay again. I didn't make that decision. I wondered whether his knee was actually in before the ball crossed, but doesn't matter. That I think that would have been quite a hard one to call from the refs anyway. And Adler with their 3rd goal. And there's another shot, another quick one. Looking like they have good momentum here. And just managed to get a man out. Whilst it could have been dangerous. Coming off the boards, Brian Santana not able to gain possession quickly, and Adler managing to just get their defenseman on in time to slow that ball down. And Saints recovering well from their mishandles, but they will want to get another one on the board here. Too close to call on this one, just 4-3 the score, and there's another shot inside for the Saints. Jordan Chog, really dangerous so far, a lot of shot opportunities. Loves getting on that inside, but we have seen him shoot from the outside as well, so really versatile in their play. The refs have their hand up. Adler will get another chance at the power play. They pull their goalie, 6v5 now. Can they get something off? They do get a shot off. Not sure who that was on that shot. But Aiden Welsh there to stop the shot. And like that, Aiden Walsh just totally out of his crease, having a nice chat with Adams there. Nice to see people being nice. So here goes another power play for Adler.
The Saints FC penalty, player number 20, and the Marsh, 1 minute for flashing.
And here goes Adams with another shot, goes wide. Can Smiley almost had control of that. And Stallinger there also to help as well, but Durko of Adler coming up with that. There will be a fresh clock, plenty of time, almost matching the penalty clock. Crepanzo trying to get his men on. Smiley with another ground ball, loose ball here, trying to push the tempo. But the Adler offense doing a great job to stop that transition. And Balash, who's in the penalty box, will be released in just 10, so plenty of time for the Saints to do something here with their possession. Wade up top with the ball. Try to shake off that pressure, but the ball loose on the ground. Wade, can he come up with it? Big aggressive play there, but 3 blue jerseys. Trying to get past Wade, and Adler does come up with the ball. Trailing by 1, and now even strength. Adler getting their men on, finding their shape. Adams seeing that swing option, low crease. Thought he had the underneath there for a second. It doesn't matter. Adams with that rip past Walsh. Walsh saves with his leg pad. Can Adler come up with it for another run? No. Saints will have the ball. Gets it safely up and past that halfway line. Do you feel like the Saints haven't had a huge amount of possession in this half, but they are still up by 1. And Podacek just signaling to his men to just slow it down a little bit. Does find a cutter coming off the bench. And And Zayak with a great save, sliding save. And great work from the defenseman to have that loose ball because the net was wide open. And there is twisting and turning, trying to keep his toes out, was number, I think, 15 from Adler, Timurek. Doesn't get it past Walsh though, and Wade under all sorts of pressure by Wayne. 3v1 here, Wayne versus 3 black jerseys. And Max Wayne doing a great job to force that turnover. Just alone with 3 Saints players around him, but it doesn't matter. It's a good hustle play there. Adams trying to find Ridzak coming off the bench. Adams gets it back though. Saints defense getting physical in this game. Adler with the early substitution to make sure that they've got defenseman back. Good play because there was a loose ball, but Saints will take their time. Just 2 minutes left. Close game, just 1 in it. Let's see what Saints will do here, being 1 up. Tries to go underneath, and that is a shot through 5-hole. Gets it past Zayak, no help underneath there. And he was carrying a defenseman with him, but Podacek just muscling his way in, getting his hands free. Gets underneath. I thought he had a bit of a tough angle. I'm not sure if Zayak was maybe ready for it. I thought that he might go fast. I'm not really sure how that snuck in, but it does. And now Saints 2 goals ahead with less than 2 minutes to go. Adler seemed like they had a lot of pace and momentum going into the second half. And they had a lot of shot opportunities so far in this game, but Aiden Walsh, netminder for the Saints, keeping them in this second half. So just some discussion there. I thought there might have been a timeout called. I'm not sure if there was, because Adler wants to get this going. And Saints players talking to their coach on the bench. So Adler with 3, Crepanzo with 2, Blaine Adams with 1. Trying to catch up with 2 more goals. They need 2 more to even the scoreline for this blue quarterfinal game. But Saints will come up with that face. Atwood, under all sorts of pressure, still somehow handles the ball. Ball still in is sick. What great handle from Atwood, and coach bailing him out of that. Atwood doing a great job to maintain possession. Was in the right half as well, calling that timeout. Great tactically. They're just going to wind down the shot clock to where they were. It says 17 on the board. And doing a good job just whittling down the clock as well and calling that time. Saints with the ball. Bartek off on the right. Has Balash with him. Balash, there is a cut off the backside. But loose ball. Bartek coming up with it, tries to shoot, goes wide. Past Zayak. Don't worry about that buzzer. That buzzer sometimes have been going off a little bit earlier, but I think the players are pretty used to it now. Adler needing 2. Durkee looking for some help. Does get it. Crowback and back. Adams up at the top. He'll take a shot into Walsh though. And Saints will come up with it. Atwood, another loose one, but does lose it on that time. And Adler really needs to go if they want 2 by the time the game clock goes. Crepanzo, 2-2 his name already. Pushing the tempo. Finds a man on the side, loads are high, but that goes past the crossbar, and that will go over the line. And Saint surely will come up with it and slow this down. with less than 30 to go. Saints just need to keep possession now. 2 goals up. Looking hard for Adler. Wade still with the ball. And Wade will just try and keep his defenseman out for a bit if they can. Adler does get the ball, but no one there to pick the ball up. And the Saints will get the win over Adler Cross for this blue quarterfinal game. Saints newcomers climbing their way up to make a statement for their first appearance at the Aleš Hřebeský Memorial. So the next game on here, if you can stay tuned, will be the German Shepherds against the Turku Titans for the blue quarterfinal 2 game. Apologies for a bit of a mix-up. I did think it was a bit odd that this game would have played the previous game, the different brackets now. So the absolute legends and the pink bubble team will be playing at Malasica against green quarterfinal winners and losers. And German Shepherds and Turku Titans are in the blue quarterfinal 2. So, game 37, the loser of this. So Adler will go on to play the loser of German Shepherds and Turku Titans, apologies, and Saints Lacrosse Club will play the winners of Turku Titans and the German Shepherds. So stay tuned for that game. Expecting to be a very, very close one. And thank you for joining us here live at LCC Radotín. This was Jane Lee Whitehead bringing you the blue quarterfinal games at the Aleš Hřebeský Memorial 2026. Thank you.